So the first thing in this description, you need to find out who your actors are. So looking at the description, if you see, we can have three actors. One is basically customer, he's using bank, and other can be ATM technician. So we have three customers, three actors. Two of them are on the right side and one is on the left side. Basically, the actors on right side are known as primary actors. The actor on the left side is known as secondary actors. Primary actors are those which interact with the system, and secondary actors are those with which the system is interacting. So if you see here, customer and ATM technician are interacting with the system, but this system is interacting with bank. So what can customer do? Customer can check balance, deposit funds. So normally use cases are represented as verb or actions. Withdraw cash, transfer funds. What can ATM technician do? It can do maintenance and it can do repair. So it is as simple as that. Looking at this, the end user or the analyst can understand what is the role of customer and what is the role of ATM technician. So this is basically, and this block here represents the system boundary. So you are witnessing actors, you are witnessing system boundaries, and you are witnessing use cases. So these are the three things involved in use case diagram, which can be used as basically for the description of the system. So after this, we have the description. You can see we have actors. Example scenario, there is an online library system, so we can have actors as student library. So suppose if you have for example payment is involved and payment is done through easy paisa, jazz cash, or some credit card. So here you will also include one another actor as well, that can be PayPal, bank, or which can be easy paisa or jazz cash. So that system will become over another actor as well. So we have search book. Use cases can be search book, borrow book, return book, and update catalog. So student can search or borrow, or the library manages books, records, and update catalog. So we have another scenario as well, where we have a medical receptionist which can register a patient, which can unregister a patient, view patient information, transfer data, and contact patient. So the advantages is basically it simplifies the complex system. It helps identify user requirement. It is useful for communication between stakeholders. The applications are software requirement specification. Normally, you will see use case diagram in SRS. It can be used for system analysis and design and project documentation. So this is one of the home task is given, and this is basically a login module. So looking at basically ERDs, if you have the description, or if you have taken your database class, you will be familiar with the concept of ERD. Just revising you the concept of ERD. So ERD, we have three major things. We have attributes, entities, and relationships. So in attributes, if you see, we have the common attributes are normal, which are like for example name. So you represent these attributes with the help of oval shape. Then we have multi-value attributes. Multi-value attributes are basically those attributes which can have multiple values. For example, we have skills. So if you see, skills can be multi-value. Skills values can be multiple. We can have phone numbers which can be multiple. So you have to represent it using double oval shape. Then we have the concept of stored and derived attributes. Stored attribute is the normal attribute, and derived attribute is dotted oval shape. For example, if you are storing date of birth, so you don't need to store age. Age will become derived attribute. Why? Because if you have the date of birth, if you want the age, you can simply use the formula today minus date of birth, so you will get age. We have composite attributes. Composite attributes are like, for example, name, which is made up of first name, last name, middle name. So that is composite attribute. We have primary key. Primary key is underlined in oval shape. We have foreign key. Foreign key is normally not included in ERD. There are two basic notation. One is Chen notation and one is Crawford. So if you are using Chen notation, so you don't need to include your foreign keys. There are three entities in ERD. One is strong entity, which has primary key, or which is the major entity that is represented using rectangle. We have associative weak entity, which has no primary key and which is represented using double rectangle, and it is dependent on strong primary key. So the primary example can be, for example, if you are looking at for example, if you have an a player has injury record. So if you are seeing injury records, we don't use normally primary keys. So injury records are dependent on the player. So that is kind of weak entity. And associative entity is which is used as diamond, which is a diamond symbol, which is inside a rectangle. So this is basically used in uh, many to many relationships. Relationship can be multiple. So we have one to one relationship, like country and capital. So for each country you have one capital, and for each capital you have only one country. One to many. For example, one customer can have many orders, and one order belongs to only one customer. So that is one to many. Many to many can be represented using course and uh, student enrollment. So for example, one student can enroll in multiple courses, and one course we can have enrollment of many to many students. So all the explanation or details of ERD is given in this. So have a look at this document. If there's any question, we'll discuss this in tomorrow's class, inshallah.